what are the definitions of propagation delay, how to measure propagation delay, etc. Okay. So what is super buffer? So super buffer is a device which is an intermediate stage used between the load and the logic gate. See, this one is the logic gate. Suppose I want to drive a large capacitive load. That means at the output of a logic gate, a large capacitive load, C load value, which value is very high, is connected, and I have to drive that large capacitive load. Now you know that when the value of C is high, the delay will be higher because delay proportional to C. Okay. So now the concept of super buffer is how to drive a large capacitive load with minimum propagation delay. That means if I connect the super buffer, this intermediate stage between the logic gate and the load capacitor, so we are saying that the delay can be minimized. Okay. Now we have to design the super buffer. So what are the design criteria? So what will be the size, etc. so that the propagation delay will be reduced. So you have to follow design rules. Okay. Now the question will arise. So if the super buffer is not used, okay, is it possible to reduce the delay? Okay. Suppose without super buffer, if I connect the C load here directly, okay, is it possible to reduce the delay? See, from the basics we can say since the value of C is high, so delay will be higher. Okay. Now another one thing is there, you know that delay tau, see the equation that came from I equal to C dV by dt. So delay tau that inversely proportional to current. That is the current flowing through capacitor. Okay. So now if we can increase the current flowing to capacitor, that means if this logic gate will deliver a high amount of current, okay, to the capacitor, okay, then also it is possible to reduce propagation delay. So I'm not going to connect super buffer. It is possible to reduce propagation delay, but there are some other problems. See, how we can increase the current. See, this logic gate basically consists of some MOS transistor. Okay. So how we can increase current of a MOS transistor? The first thing will come to my mind that by increasing the size W. Okay. So if we increase the size, that is W by ratio, then definitely the current will increase because I equal to mu COX W by L, etc. Okay. So by increasing W by L, we can increase the current. Also by increasing voltage, we can increase current, but you know that change in terminal voltage having some issues. Okay. So now if we increase the W, the width of a transistor used in this logic gate, so the current will increase. But when you are increasing W at the same time, the capacitance associated with the source, drain, etc. So what about the capacitance associated with this? Okay, that is suppose the overlap capacitance is COX into W into L. Okay. See, when you are increasing the W, all the capacitive component part value, their value also increases. Okay. So the parasitic capacitance associated to the input and output of any logic gate, those value also increases because ultimately the area W into L increases. Okay. Since you are going to increase W width. Okay. So since the parasitic capacitance increases, what will happen? You know, the parasitic capacitance increases means that each parasitic capacitance is a component of, is a part of C load. So you are going to reduce the delay by increasing the current I. Okay, but to increase current, you have to increase the value of W. But increasing W will further enhance the capacitive component. Okay, C load. So that's why it is not a good approach to increase the device size of the logic gate to reduce propagation delay. Okay. So you have to use super buffer. Actually, what is super buffer? What is the concept of super buffer? In super buffer, what we are doing actually in the super buffer is a chain of inverters. That means see the next gate. Okay. So this portion, this under this box. So this is the buffer portion. That means this one, this box. Okay. And this is the logic gate. Okay. That means let we assume the logic gate is here inverter, simple inverter. Okay. So this is your buffer, and this load is connected at the output of the buffer. Okay. Now, see the construction of super buffer. So super buffer basically it's a chain of inverters. It's a cascading of inverters. So n number of inverters connected in cascade. But thing is, the inverters we are using, the size is different. See, let first the logic gate we are using, that is unit size WL, that is W of PMOS and NMOS, that is having size of 1 unit. Okay. In the next stage, that is the first stage of buffer, we are using the size alpha. That alpha, we are going to calculate what will be the value of alpha. Okay, so it's the alpha. In the next stage, we are gradually increasing. So the value of W, alpha square, alpha cube, so alpha to the power n. Okay. So the one advantage is that if you gradually, slowly increase the device size, so it will not affect the parasitic load capacitance. So parasitic load capacitance will increase a little bit. Okay. But if you directly increase the value of W, okay, as I mentioned here, without connecting super buffer, so large parasitic load capacitance, okay, will come due to the higher value of W. So instead of taking a direct higher value of W, so use a super buffer and gradually increase W, okay, in each stage. So it is alpha, alpha square, alpha cube, alpha to the power n. Okay. Now, for each logic gate, so here we use two capacitance, CG, that is the input side gate capacitance, and CD, output side drain capacitance. Okay, that is called depletion capacitance. Okay, so input side capacitance CG, output side capacitance CD. Okay, so since this device having the size of alpha, so definitely the capacitance will also increase by factor of alpha. So input size alpha times of CG, this time alpha times of CD. Okay, similarly alpha square this one, alpha square this one, alpha to the power n, alpha to the power n. Okay, now our job is to calculate the value of alpha. So what is the value of the size, the scale factor alpha, so that the delay will be minimum. Okay. Now we can make some observation from this structure. The observation is the inverters in the chain are scaled up by factor of alpha. I already mentioned all the inverters connected, their value, the size increases by factor of alpha, alpha square, alpha cube, etc. Okay. The load capacitance, if you see the structure, the load capacitance C load C. This is alpha CG, this is alpha CD. Okay, so this one alpha square CD. This is alpha square CG, alpha to the power n CG, alpha to the power n CD. So you assume that there is another one logic gate is connected. If the logic gate is connected here, so the input capacitance will be how much? Alpha. If this is alpha to the power n, so it will be alpha to the power n plus 1. Okay, the next logic gate alpha to the power n plus 1 CG. So we can say the C load will be alpha to the power n plus 1 CG. Assume another one logic gate is connected here, and C load is the input capacitance of that logic gate. Okay. So if the input capacitance here alpha to the power n, so next stage will be alpha to the power n plus 1 CG. So we can make the observation C load equal to alpha to the power n plus 1 CG. Okay. Now, another one thing, when the logic gate, see, when the logic gate having a capacitance of, suppose n number of gates are connected with uniform size. Okay, forgot about this one. Suppose this type of logic gates are connected with uniform size, n number of gates are connected, all having size of 1. Okay, so the output capacitance, that means the load capacitance for a logic gate, it will be this capacitor plus the input capacitor of next stage. If we use the unit size, it is also 1. Instead of using alpha, that it is 1. So it will be only CG, because alpha equal to 1, so CG. So the load capacitance of this stage, it will be CD plus CG. Okay, so we can conclude that when the size is 1, the load capacitance is CD plus CG. Okay, so let this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. So all stages having input CG, output CD. Okay. So the total capacitance connected at the output, C alpha equal to 1, so it will be CD plus CG. Okay. So when size is 1, capacitance load capacitance equal to CD plus CG. And let the delay you are getting, that is tau 0. Okay. Let the delay you are getting, that is tau 0. Then the delay of this logic gate when capacitance equal to CD plus CG, the delay you are getting, that is tau 0. Now, if the load capacitor, this is interesting, if the load capacitor is CD plus alpha CG, it is CD plus alpha CG, okay, then the delay will be this one, because the tau 0 delay you are getting for a capacitor of CD plus CG. Okay, so for CD plus CG amount of capacitance, you are getting a delay of tau 0. Okay, so for CD plus alpha CG amount of capacitance, you will get the delay of tau 0 into this one by this one. Okay, where tau 0 is the delay of one stage with uniform load capacitance, C load equal to CD plus CG. So I already mentioned. Another one thing. Okay. Now see, when you are using when the device size is alpha, what is the load capacitance faced by this one? Alpha CD plus alpha square CG. So take alpha common, CD plus alpha CG. So alpha into CD plus alpha CG. Got it? Okay. Now check the delay tau equal to C dV by I. C into dV by I. Okay. So delay tau equal to C into dV by I, where C equal to alpha into this one. Now, so when this device having a total load capacitance of alpha into CD plus alpha CG, okay, so what will be the delay? Okay, see, since you are increasing the device size by alpha, that is W increases by factor of alpha, so current will also increase by factor of alpha. Current increases by factor of alpha. See, the capacitance increases by factor of alpha. See, is alpha into CD plus alpha CG. Okay, alpha into CD plus alpha CG. So capacitance also increases by factor of alpha. See the equation, current and capacitance, the numerator denominator. So alpha will be cancelled. So current increases by factor of alpha, capacitance increases by factor of alpha. So current and capacitance, the alpha term will be cancelled. So ultimately the delay of this stage, okay, will remain same. That means this one. Okay, because current increases by factor of alpha, capacitance increases by factor of alpha. That's why I mentioned all inverters having identical delay of this one. Now check the same for this one. Okay, so for this, it will be alpha square into CD plus, so next cube will be alpha cube into CG. So take alpha square common, CD plus alpha CG. Okay, so capacitance increases by factor of alpha square, current also increases by factor of alpha square. So again, the same load capacitance by current ratio, so delay will be same. Okay, alpha CD plus alpha CG. So this is the delay of each individual stages, which is same. Okay. So we have total n plus 1 stages. See, the n number of stages here and this one. So total n plus 1 stages are present. Okay. So n plus 1 stages, so total delay will be, so n plus 1 into this one. So this is the delay of each stage. So n plus 1 stages are present. So total delay will be this one. Okay. So C load will be n plus 1 into alpha CG. We already derived that. C load equal to n plus 1 alpha to the power n plus 1 into CG. Okay. Now tau total equal to this one. So from there we can calculate. So from this equation we can calculate n plus 1 equal to, so by taking log you remove the power, n plus 1 equal to this. Okay, so you can put this n plus 1 value here in this equation. So this is the value of tau total. Now we have to find what is the minimum propagation delay. So we have to put the derivative d tau by d alpha. We have to calculate what is the minimum delay, so that, so for which value of alpha we have a minimum delay. Okay, so we have to perform the derivative d tau by d alpha. We got this one equal to 0, equated to 0. Simplifying this, we got alpha into ln alpha minus 1 equal to CD by CG. So this is the design equation. Alpha into ln alpha minus 1 equal to CD by CG. Okay. Special case. Okay. If we assume CD equal to 0, because the alpha, that is some integer value, it cannot be 0. Okay. Alpha is a size cannot be 0. Okay. So if we assume the CD, that output capacitance is 0, although that is for ideal case, practical cases it is not possible. Okay. CD 0 we got, so ln alpha equal to 1. So from there we got alpha equal to 2.7. So taking next integer value, so alpha equal to 3. The summary is that for ideal case, if you consider if CD equal to 0, okay, the alpha value will be 3. That means the inverters having the size, this is 3, this is 3 square, that is 9. Okay, in that way you have to connect that. Okay. Now for a given C load, okay, so this is the design equation. Okay, so for a given CG and CD, okay, suppose CD and CG value is given, so you can calculate what is the value of alpha, okay, from this equation. Okay, so this is all about super buffer. So for ideal case, we got size equal to 3. Remember, the concept of super buffer is used to minimize propagation delay, and we have to find the what is the size, what is the scale factor of each transistor in the chain of inverters in the buffer state, so that the delay will be minimum. We derive it by d tau by d alpha equal to 0. From there we got this design equation. Okay, and in special case the value of alpha is coming string. So this is all about super buffer.